Welcome back to the news. Minister of Investment Promotion Lakshmani Abewardena says the government has not approved an investment project for the commencement of a casino enterprise. Addressing the media in Colombo today, the minister said certain factions are alleging that the government has granted approval for a casino enterprise.
At the media briefing, the minister revealed that the project in question is the construction of a 400-room hotel.
कैशिनो සඳහා කිසිම අනුමැතියක් කොහෙම එකක් අනුමත කරලා නැහැ. අපි අනුමත කරලා තියෙන්නේ.
The Board of Investments has not given approval for casinos. Approval has only been granted for a mixture of projects. Someday there will be wine stores in Colombo. It will come here from some other place. Can the government stop it? Has any country in the world put a stop to any form of income to that country? Can we bring down tourists without entertainment?
වෙනත් කාරණා සියල්ලම නතර කරලා තියෙන්නේ. දැන් අපිට ටුවරිස්ට්ලාට එන්ටර්ටේන්මන්ට් නැතුව ටුවරිස්ට්ලා මේ රටට ගේන්න පුළුවන්.
The minister said that though certain factions make allegations for political gains, the government will continue to bring in investment to the country. There are groups who keep chanting about nationalism. They do not bring a cent into this country, but they want everything that is free to remain free. There is no way for the government to seek an income. All the concessions are provided for by the treasury, which we spend billions on. If there is a place that we can recover those billions, they shut that down too. A country cannot be run this way. Therefore, as a government, we must make these decisions.
On to another one of our headline-making stories. The Department of Customs says that the stock of gem and gold jewellery that was seized at the Mattala Rajapaksa International Airport is valued at over 40 million rupees. Customs spokesperson Leslie Gambini said that investigations have revealed that the arrested suspect was a businessman from Colombo.
The suspect, who arrived from Bangkok, was arrested by customs officials this morning at the Mattala Rajapaksa International Airport. Customs spokesperson Leslie Gambini said that the suspect had arrived in the island aboard the UL-827 flight. Customs said that its officials became suspicious when the suspect had stated that an electric kettle was inside his luggage at the time the luggage was being scanned.
You're watching news. First up next is Action TV. It was not long ago that the National Education Commission said that decisions will be taken in accordance with the National Education Policy prepared by them as per the proposal submitted to the President, after considering the views of the public as well, considering that the will of the people should be reflected in the classroom as well. A group of parents who lay claim to the supreme power of the people arrived at the Ministry of Education today to meet with the Ministry Secretary on the date that has been proclaimed through circulars as Public Day. On 7 prior occasions, Action TV has revealed the issues plaguing these parents that they had been unable to submit to the Education Secretary on several prior occasions. The primary issue facing these parents is Circular number 4 of 2013 issued by the Ministry Secretary, which prevents their children from transferring from one national school to another or from one AB school to another school of the same grading to follow their advanced levels. Although Circular number 14 of 2012 issued last year prevented students from transferring among national schools only, this circular was not implemented owing to the protest of the Cabinet of Ministers. Accordingly, the silence of the Cabinet this year when the scope of this circular has been broadened provides food for thought. On the 14th of May, the subject minister said that he was prepared to accept any verdict handed down by the courts regarding this circular. A verdict can be handed down by the courts in this regard only if a stakeholder in this matter seeks judicial intervention. While such a group of stakeholders have already taken their complaint to the Sri Lanka Human Rights Commission, the Education Secretary is yet to respond to summons by the Commission, seeking that he make submissions to them regarding this matter prior to the 25th of May. While time is being wasted in this manner, several key girls' schools in Colombo and surrounding areas have begun enrolling students disregarding Circular number 4 of 2013. Is this circular being enforced only for boys' schools? Secretary to the Ministry of Education, this is over to you.
The mayor of Ampara has been arrested by the police for assaulting an individual. A senior police officer of the area said that the mayor had assaulted the owner of a restaurant. Investigations have revealed that the restaurant owner had been called to the office of the mayor and had then been assaulted. The police said that the mayor had called the restaurant owner to his office after the restaurant owner had a fallout with a friend of the mayor's at the restaurant.
Chairman of the Tangol Pradesh Sabha charged with murdering a foreign national and assaulting a woman. Ruling party member of the Valigapola Pradesh Sabha charged with murder. Chairman of the Akurasa Pradesh Sabha charged with raping an underage girl. The chairman of the Karula Gaswava Pradesh Sabha charged with assaulting the manager of the Pradesh Sabha. The chairman of the Embilipite Pradesh Sabha charged with assaulting 2 police officers. Member of the Bulak Sinhala Pradesh Sabha charged with assaulting 2 police officers in Millagahakanda. Chairman of the Ridi Malia the Pradesh Sabha charged with assaulting a mother and daughter. Why aren't steps being taken to prevent local politicians from acting with impunity and blatant disregard for the law?
2 appeals filed with the Supreme Court with regard to the murder of a young woman at the Royal Park apartment complex in Colombo were taken up today before Chief Justice Mohan Peris and Justice Kesri Pawan. Yvonne Johnson was murdered on the 1st of July 2005 at the Royal Park apartment complex in Rojagiria.
The defendant in the case, Shamantha Jude Anthony Jayamaha, was convicted in the High Court of culpable homicide and sentenced to 12 years of rigorous imprisonment and ordered to pay a fine of 300,000 rupees. The High Court also ordered at the time that the convict serve a further 3 years in prison if he failed to pay the fine. Both the defendant and the aggrieved party had lodged appeals against this verdict at the Court of Appeal. Lodging an appeal, the defence requested that the prison sentence and fine be overturned as the sentence was unjust. The aggrieved party lodged an appeal seeking the death sentence for the defendant, arguing that he was guilty of murder and not of culpable homicide. Considering both appeals, the Court of Appeal rejected the appeal made by the defence and sentenced the convict to death as requested through the appeal lodged by the aggrieved party. The convict, Shamantha Jude Anthony Jayamaha, has lodged 2 appeals with the Supreme Court against the verdict of the Court of Appeal. In one of his appeals, the convict requests that his prison sentence be overturned, while in the other he requests that the death sentence handed down to him by the Court of Appeal be overturned. Hearings of both appeals were postponed to the 25th of September as the bench was improperly constituted and the prosecuting attorney, Deputy Solicitor General Jayantha Jayasuriya, is currently overseas.
Colombo High Court Judge Kumuduni Wickramasinghe ordered the Criminal Investigations Department today to arrest the escaped LTT member who is a defendant in a bomb attack at the Dehiwala railway station on site and produce him before the High Court. The suspect had escaped with a group of fellow inmates who were working on the construction of a Vesak Pandal in Madara. The judge also ordered the prison's authority to investigate the prison officials who was in charge of the inmate when he escaped and to submit a report to court. The escaped suspect is Balasubramaniam Jatisan, a mechanical engineer by profession. A member of the LTT, Jatisan, was charged with setting a bomb which exploded at room 316 of the Dehiwala railway station, seriously injuring 5 passengers on the 4th of June 2008.
In other local news, the Jataka Power organization has challenged Ranil Wickramasinghe to change the dictatorial constitution of the United National Party prior to amending the constitution of the country. Attorney at law Maitri Gunaratna says that correcting one's mistake prior to correcting the mistake of others is a quality of democratic leaders.
He is a leader who has blatantly destroyed democracy within the party. What is he saying today? Today, Ranil Wickramasinghe says the country's constitution must be amended. This is a disappointing situation. Ranil Wickramasinghe must cast aside these narrow political qualities. It is because of these narrow qualities that the UNPers have been in the opposition for 17 years.
Then,
He needs to understand this. Now, when there is nothing left to do, what does Ranil Wickremesinghe do? He goes from shrine to shrine, seeking the blessings of the gods. We wish to say that the gods will never listen to a leader who does not listen to the people. Not 3 days after he went to these shrines and held puja ceremonies, the people of Balapitiya hooted and chased the opposition leader away. Ranil Wickremesinghe has understood the danger of the executive presidency about 15 years late. Ranil Wickremesinghe, who chased away hundreds of people who spoke for the good of the party, including people who were close to him like Milinda Morogoda, Mohammad Maharouf, Rohit Bogollagama, Mahinda Samarasinghe and Johnston Fernando, when they pointed out shortcomings, is now calling on the people to join with him to abolish the executive presidency. I think in truth, people view this as a joke.
General Secretary of the Citizens Front, Parliamentarian J. Sri Ranga, says that most politicians are silent in the face of affairs that are important to their future political needs. He made this statement while participating at an event held in Hapugastalawa, Nawalapitiya.
An event was held last evening to felicitate the General Secretary of the Citizens Front, MP J. Sri Ranga. As a parliamentarian, I am not an MP who is limited to this district only. I am not an MP who serves one district. Today, when many problems arise in the country, some are silent. These people are silent, thinking that their future political privileges will be affected. If anyone, anywhere has a need, then that must be fulfilled. The God above will look after us. In Islam, there is a saying that all praise is for Allah, but some politicians think that all praise is due to them.
A tourism promotional event with the participation of representatives from 55 of France's leading tourism institutions took place last evening in Colombo. The organizers say this will provide an opportunity to showcase some of Sri Lanka's most beautiful tourist attractions. The representatives will also be treated to a vintage car rally that will take them around Colombo.
And in sports news this evening, New Zealand are taking on Australia in a Group A match in the ICC Champions Trophy. The match is currently underway at the Edgbaston, Birmingham.
Brendan's got the coin.
Australia won the toss and decided to take first lease of the wicket. Australia lost their openers Shane Watson and Phil Hughes within the first 10 runs scored in the game. 64 runs later, Matthew Wade was dismissed for 29. George Bailey and Adam Vokes took the lads from down under past the 150-run mark before Bailey was undone for 55. Vokes was dismissed for 71. A short while later, Australia lost the wickets of Faulkner and Johnson. Australia went on to put 243 runs on the board, losing 8 wickets in the process in their 50 overs. The pick of the bowlers, McLenaghan, bagged 4 wickets for 65 for New Zealand.
In another interesting story that had made the headlines in the world of science, a rare two-faced kitten, also known as Janus kitten, was born in Oregon.
The little kitten, born with 2 faces and 1 body, made its owner do a double take when she discovered the newborn.
The kitten, named Lucy, was examined by a vet and everything appears to be in good working order.
The newborn has been rejected by its mother, so her owner is feeding her kitten formula with a syringe and keeping her warm with a heating pad.
Hotline 0114-896-896. www.newsfirst.lk. Feedback at newsfirst.lk.